Hey everyone, hello. It's me, I'm here, I promise. How are you? Come on in, it's time to do Wise Women's Wednesday. Wise Women's Wednesday. And you want to hear something not wise? Here I am in Portland, Oregon with my daughter. Got all my things together, made sure I had all the things, and I am missing my hot milk mix. So I just have water here. I'm so missing my hot milk mix. So anybody who has their hot milk mix, give me a cheers. Say hello, tell me where you're from, all that stuff, so I know that you're here. I see people, they're coming in. Sorry, I changed the time too. It is 1 o'clock Pacific, but it's 4 o'clock Eastern. So we're going off of Pacific time all this week. So if you live in the East Coast, I'll be on at 4 o'clock every day. Okay, if you live on the East Coast, and do the math on the rest of it. I just have to, simply because I'm such a creature of habit. If I don't do it on my time, I'll completely lose it. So I'm sorry. That's just how wacky I am. Here they all come, slowly, slowly. Come on in, you guys. The water's fine. I've yet to have anybody, 15 people here so far. Let's go. Come on in. Somebody say hello. I'm just going to sit here and mind my own business. Who's here? There's Dawn. Hi, Dawn. It's good to see you. There's our girl, Jenny. Hi, Jenny. Everybody's running in. That's fantastic. So good to see you all. Thank you so much for joining me. Hi, Joanne. And I have been having an absolute ball reading everybody's testimonials from how well they did on this last sprint. There has been some pretty awesome results. You all should be really proud of yourself. Hi, Rhonda. There's Diane. We've got a few of my gals there who are coming to our event that is happening. I'm excited about it. It's happening in April. The whole event is on April 18th. If you're smart, though, you'll get the VIP and come in for the VIP meet and greet on Friday night, the night before. We're going to have dry farm wines galore. We're going to have appetizers that I'm going to make with my own little hands. It's going to be a fun time. I hope you decide to come. So save the date. This is it right here. It's April 18th. Save the date. And what you want to do to go get all the information is go to savingdinner.com/bloom, and you will see all of it. There's Kayla, Nancy. Good to see you guys. Gwen, I think I just saw Gwen too. Gwen is in the house. So ladies, as we are getting ready, I'm sorry again for the shift in time, but you know what? You're flexible, right? Flexible. Blessed are the flexible, for they will not break. You've heard that before, haven't you? There she is. Hi, Gwen. That is such a good thing, because when we can be flexible, then we can basically have the world as our oyster. Otherwise, we're constantly complaining, and everything is just not right in our worlds, and it's not fun to be like that. And for heaven's sakes, it is Wise Women's Wednesday, and we are going to be talking today about connection, because connection is such a thing. So I've got some stuff for you on that, because wise women are connected. I am a full believer in full connection. There's Sherry. Good to see you. I saw Susan. Susan's coming to our event. As a matter of fact, Susan has been to every single one of my events except one. So Susan Mason is in the house, and she will be in North Carolina too, coming all the way from California. Hi, Catherine. Good to see you. So one of the things that we do a lot here is that we share. When we share, we care. How's the light, by the way? Is it bad? Should I be doing something about the light? I don't know. I can't tell. And I'm awfully close. I am so close, you guys. Hi, Amy. Good to see you. All right. So let me just tell you, forget about the light. I mean, if I'm half shadowed or whatever, I'm doing the best that I can. I'm sitting here. This is Caroline's basically her photo area. She's got all of the props, everything. She's got all the things everywhere. And this is a creative mind at work. It's just, I get what she's doing here. And if I could show you all of it, you'd see. You'd see. It's fantastic. Hi, Hanneke. Hanneke's all the way from Germany. She's visiting us today. And I love Hanneke. She's had some amazing results on the sprint as well. She is also a ballet teacher, and also is a a physician in Germany. So I have huge respect for her, and she's done some really great things. And she's been also helping other people on the sprint. Part of the whole connection thing, right? Part of the whole connection thing. So we are going to be talking about connection. So thank you, by the way, for sharing. I just saw Amy said that she shared. Sharing is caring. And if you share this Friday, somebody's going to win this mindful mug. Fantastic, right? The mindful mug basically lets you know when you pour yourself a little bit of warm bone broth right before a meal, it gets you to the place of just having a minute to center yourself before you go and dive into your meal. One of the things that we who are food addicts have, especially carb addicts, whatever, let's just say we're addicts. We're not foodies, we're addicts. And what we have a tendency to do is just to eat too fast, eat too much, eat too big of bites, and really not savor and enjoy. If we can get to the place of savoring and enjoying, as well as not eating until we're hungry, one of the things that happens is we start to correct those hunger hormones that are broken. It's one of the reasons why we eat too much. It's one of the reasons we have carb addictions. It's one of the reasons why we feel crappy. Can I just say that? And are obsessed with food. When's the next meal? When am I going to eat again? When is this? And it doesn't work. It just doesn't work. So that's what we do with this mindful mug. A mindful mug gives you an opportunity to sit with a nice warm broth and sip it and to think about this meal that you're about to partake in, to have a little gratitude for it, and to understand that you're going to be slowing down. You're going to be watching your portions, and you're going to eat till satisfaction, not till full, but till satisfaction, and allow the food to do the thing. So I think that's wonderful. Okay, Haneke, I'm sorry. She said, I'm a student, and she started at 62, and she's brilliant. She sent pictures, and she looks beautiful. You need to send those pictures in, by the way. Put them in the sprint, because I want everybody to see how glorious you look. She has that long, lean ballet body. And, she was like a lot of us, fighting that middle stuff. And she's just obliterated it. She looks marvelous. So anyway, I am a huge Haneke fan, and I want you to all meet her. So a mindful mug is what we use to get ourselves back to center and understanding that in our own inner knowing, in our own wisdom, in our own intuition, there is a way for us to conquer these carb addictions that a lot of us are fighting through, and that we can get to the other side. We have to just take a minute and become mindful. That's what this is about. So if you want to win one, all you have to do is share. Because I go through and I see who is sharing all these things. The other thing I want to tell you about is our fabulous Crave Crusher. Are you familiar with this? You know why I'm telling you about this? Because if you order Crave Crusher, and anything else that's on our cart, anything, you can get it for free. Not the thing for free, but you can get your shipping for free. Goodness, I'm not giving away supplements. You can get your shipping done absolutely 100% free. All you have to do is put this in the cart and put ships free in the little box that's right there. They'll ask you if you have a code and you'll get free shipping. That's a deal. Especially if you have, like last week, we had people putting 10, 12 things into their cart and really stocking up and saving on all that shipping. The shipping's on me at that point. So take advantage of that. Crave Crusher is amazing too, especially if you have cravings. Guess what? It crushes cravings. It also improves your mood. It improves satiety. And it gives you the sense of control. If you're losing control and feel like you're out of control with your eating, you need Crave Crusher in your life. The stuff is the bomb. I take it. This is some things you take on an empty stomach and some things that you take with a meal. This isn't with a meal kind of a thing. And it does exactly as advertised. It's amazing. So we have that. You know about the event. And Friday is Q&A as usual. So send in your questions. All you have to do is send in a question to support@savingdinner.com. In the subject line, put question for Leanne on Friday. And I'll answer it right here. Here's the other thing that's so cool about that. Those questions can be a nutrition question, it could be a cooking question, it could be whatever question. Just ask it, send it in, and I'll take care of the rest. Okay? That's cool. Rami, if you're starving, go eat. Have some bone broth. Start with the bone broth and see how you do. Fasting is, our bodies will guide us on this whole fasting journey. I promise. Our bodies will guide us on the fasting journey. All you have to do is start listening to your body. It's part of our intuition. And it's part of what we're talking about a little bit today, because connection is not just with connection with other people, but it's also connection with yourself. I'll talk about that. Let's see, where are we? Oh, the Collagen Challenge. Did you guys know about the Collagen Challenge? The Collagen Challenge starts on the 17th. If you order your Perfect Paleo Protein, we will send it to you free. Go find out all about it. Super easy. Go to savingdinner.com/collagen and all the information is there. The Collagen Challenge is free if you buy Perfect Paleo Protein. And as a matter of fact, if you bought Perfect Paleo Protein anytime in February, we'll send it to you free. Otherwise, it's a $27 charge. Out on collagen, right? We're missing out on this nutrient. Your skin, your hair, all of your connective tissues, muscles, everything depends on it. And yes, Gwen, bone broth does break your fast, but if you're doing a dirty fast and you're keeping it under 500 calories for the day, it works just fine. There's a difference between a true fast where you're going for autophagy. Yeah, even so, you can still go for autophagy, but if you're doing a very clean fast, it's basically water and black coffee, black tea, or just plain tea, green tea, herbal tea, whatever. Our quote of the week is, you are built not to shrink down to less, but to blossom into more. That's from Oprah. And I saw this quote a few weeks back and I wrote it down and I said, that is exactly what our workshop is going to be all about, is blossoming into more. And I'm calling it full bloom because most of the women that are going to be there are women of a certain age. You've heard me talk about that before. And women of a certain age, a lot of times people think we just don't exist. We're invisible. And it's just like, well, you know, we're past our prime and what have you. I say no. We are in full bloom. We've got the wisdom now to prove it. We have things. We have the foresight. We have the ability to bloom into whoever we are, you know, whoever we are meant to be. Our purposes, our missions, the connectivity that we have with our community and with everybody that's in it, that's all a part of who we are. Just because you're past the age of 50, 60, even 70, you know, or 80, I don't care. Does that mean that it's over? You know, you're past your prime and all of that? I say absolutely not. No way. That will make me crazy. We are who we are, but it doesn't mean that we are completely bloomed, are we? I mean, it's not like we're past everything and the petals are falling. You know, when you get flowers and petals start to fall all over the place, that's not at all it. What we are women who are determined to find our calling, our mission, our purpose, because we intend to live mindfully from here on out. We want the vibrancy in our lives like that, right? That's how we get vibrancy. And connection is part of that, you know? Connection's part of that. And you know, what our connection needs to be about is we need to connect with our community of like-minded women. This is why we're having the event, right? This is why we create the groups that we create online here on Facebook, so that we can have people in our court that are doing the same thing, that are on the same page. We don't have to explain ourselves. That connection is important. That connection makes us feel a part of. And that's how we're built as humans. We need that connectivity. We need to know that we matter in this group of people. Because when we feel less than, and we feel like we're with a bunch of strangers and they're all doing this and we're over here doing that, there is just no jiving there. And at that point, you know, we're kind of feeling like we're lost. And when we're connected, though, and we're with our people, there's no more lost. It's connected. It's like, here it is, finally, my people. But I also want to say, too, and the other thing about this is, you know, and especially when we have these communities online and everything, it builds us up. It gives us an opportunity to really make that connection, especially if we go a step further and we get a body clutter buddy and we're exchanging information, holding each other to account, and understanding that they're trying to do the same thing that we're doing. And we feel like, yay, it's, you know, you have a team now. You have people on your side and you're on their side, and we are strengthened by that. It's in our nature. It's part of our DNA. And what they've shown in studies, which is really interesting, Psychology Today had this big old article called Connect to Thrive. You should look it up and read it. It's absolutely fascinating. And they say it's social connection improves physical health and psychological well-being. Well, duh, we could have told you that. And there is a study that says that the lack of social connection is more detrimental to your health than obesity. How about that? So when we are disconnected and feeling less than and just all of it, that's the downward spiral that we talk about. And wise women understand this. Wise women are present. Wise women make connections. You have to have friendships, and you have to have people on your team, and you have to have people on your side encouraging you, supporting you, and also giving you a reality check at points, because we all need a reality check. We want somebody who's not just going to blindly say, oh, whatever you do is wonderful. It's because whatever you do isn't wonderful. Sometimes you have a blind spot, right? We talked about that a couple of weeks ago, or a week, I don't know, whenever it was. We talked about it. But that kind of a relationship just brings you to a place of just, it's a breath of fresh air. It's a place where you can finally say, you know, I'm no longer feeling disconnected. I'm no longer feeling alone. I feel like I'm a part of something. I feel important. I feel connected. We have to do this. There's different ways to do it. We have to do it in our online communities, because let's just face it, we don't have the coffee clutches that like our mothers maybe had. We don't have that. We don't get together as often. I mean, if you do with friends in the flesh, you know, and they're fantastic. But a lot of us don't. You know, we're busy and we have jobs and we're doing all the things and the kids and the that and the this. And that's fine. But having a connection online is important. But then also taking it to the next degree. And like I said, we are having our Full Bloom event simply because that meeting of the minds, of the like-minded, it makes an even further connection and really drills in all that stuff. And you know, here's the thing that's so cool, is that when you do this and when you have this, then your whole life is elevated. It is a level up. It is a level up, and you have something, an intangible thing, whatever you want to call it, that just makes you feel whole. You know, remember the line from Jerry Maguire, "You complete me"? I always hated that line. But I believe that connection completes us. Connection helps us to understand that we are incredibly important, that we are worthy, and that our self-esteem gets corrected, you know, on the right level, not blown out of proportion, but on the right level. It's amazing what happens with that. And when you're connected with yourself and you start seeing this and you're living in this mindful fashion, wonderful things start to happen. You figure out your mission, you figure out your purpose, and you see that not only are you important, not only is your contribution amazing, but you are also a child of God. I think that's so important, because all of the connections come together on a physical, a spiritual, an emotional, and a psychological level too. It helps us to become the wise women we want to be. There's nothing better than that. There is nothing better than that. And this is what wise women do. So I hope you found that a little bit helpful. All week, I'll be with you all week right here. I can't wait that I'm so excited to be here. Oh, and somebody was just asking me, I think it was Donna, just asking me, how did the surprise go? Speaking of intuition, okay, you know, I have always felt like I've been pretty intuitive and I'm connected and get it. I get this text from Caroline. She said, "I'm on to you." And I'm thinking, "You're what?" "I'm on to you." And I mean, I can hear her voice and everything. I'm thinking, what have I done? And I've talked to her husband and my ex-husband as well, her dad, because he picked me up from the airport and we had this big elaborate thing going. And I'm thinking, who spilled the beans? And nobody did. Everybody was like pretty, you know, solid and all the way through, and nobody gave anything away. But she figured it out. And you know what the weird thing about it is? You guys are going to get chills when I tell you this. When I landed at 1:30 in the afternoon right here in Portland, she sent a text to her husband, says, "Leanne's here." Me. She sometimes calls me Leanne, which drives me nuts. And she does that on purpose to drive me nuts. This is my daughter we're talking about. And she said, "She's here. I know she's here." And he was like, "What are you talking about?" she figured it out. So anyway, we ended up, I had Scott drop me off at Trader Joe's, and then Caroline, he went and got Caroline and came down 10 minutes later. Well, it was longer than that. It took forever for them to get here. I was pacing in the produce department, and finally they show up, and and I said, hi, and she said, I knew it. So let's just say that the apple doesn't fall far from the tree. Now, I have intuition, but not like that. Not like that. She felt me when I landed. That's all I can say. I said, that's a long umbilical cord. So anyway, it's been fun. We've had the whole day. We've been talking nonstop, of course. And there's just nothing like being with your daughter. You guys know that. There's nothing like being with your daughter. So I will get to be here until Sunday. And I'm telling you, probably we're going to change the format of the show a little bit, and we're going to do some cooking because Caroline is an amazing food blogger. If you haven't seen her stuff, go to inheritedsalt.com and check it out. Sign up for her stuff. She sends recipes and all of this kind of stuff, and her pictures are on point. If you've seen our pictures, Caroline did all the pictures, and she does a lot of pictures. For everybody. She's out there doing pictures for people all the time, and she develops recipes and what have you. I'm super proud of her. And we are going to be cooking some things because Saturday night is her big birthday party. There's like 18 people coming, and she's going to teach me Instagram too, because I have no idea. And so she's going to probably teach me some Instagram stuff because I'm going to make sure that I leave here with a new skill. And we're going to be creating her meal, putting the whole thing together. I'll introduce you to her. I'm sure you've seen her before. We used to do little cocktail videos way back in the day when we were both in Charlotte. And anyway, it's good to be with your daughter. And so much fun. And I'm so glad. I could barely sleep the night before. I was so excited to get here. And then the fact that she knew that brat, what are you going to do? Anyway, that's it. I'm done. I'm going to go play with my daughter. Peace out, you guys. Thanks for joining me. And don't forget, if you want free shipping for your order, all you have to do is throw Crave Crusher in there and write ships free in the code box and take advantage of the sale. So many of you did last week. We ended up getting a back ordered on a bunch of stuff. But man, I'm telling you, free shipping. Who doesn't love free shipping? I love it. It's one of my favorite things. I will see you tomorrow. Peace.